My name is Matt Greiner. I'm a senior in mechanical engineering, and I am the Payload team lead this year. Payload team is very interesting because it's a one-year design cycle. So every year we are tasked with redesigning the payload to fit the specific purposes for that year. So this year, what that design process looked like was the very first meeting. I sat down with the team and we just talked what types of designs we think would be viable, and we eliminated the ones that would be either too complex or take too long to design, and we just basically worked off of that. I think Payload is very unique because it requires all skill sets that you learn in the classroom. For example, we do a lot of CAD work in the beginning of design phases. Our software team does a lot of coding and software and data analysis, and then in the second half of the semester we do a lot of testing, stress analysis, a lot of CFD work as well. So there's really no specific skill set that's needed for Payload. We use all types of engineering skills that you use in the classroom. We use it on Payload pretty much every week. So for actually designing the experiment for the Payload, our team this year decided on something that could be deployed. We narrowed it down to two options. We had thermal imaging of the ground to see the environment, or we thought of something that could measure the air quality outside of the rocket. We initially eliminated the thermal imaging camera because of cost. So the design to measure the air quality was the design we actually decided on. That design has to fit on a sled inside a payload like this, so 4 walls and 2 ceilings. So when our design team works here soon in the next semester to finalize it, we will make sure everything fits on the sled, make sure it fits in the payload, and it can actually be launched on the rocket when the time comes. People should definitely join the Payload sub-team just because Payload has such a huge impact on the rocket. Every year the experiment that's designed gets to be placed in the rocket, and as it is a sounding rocket, the entire point of our rocket is to test the experiment, test research that's gone into the vehicle. So Payload has a huge part in the rocket itself. This whole design process that you get to see from start to finish all the way through manufacturing is something that's extremely useful in the industry today, and it's things you get to use on Payload that you don't really use in the classroom that you can kind of apply outside. And it's nice to see the whole thing come together at the end.